Welcome back. This is Chicken Milliken, owner of 9M Investments, and today is the last Friday in the month, so it is time for Friday Flows. Looking at the month of June, equities came in with a strong number. Fixed income still a very big number for fixed income, but equities kind of took the lead this month. As you can see, it's very kind of volatile over the last week. Fixed income was up yesterday. Equities had quite the day. Still down on the year. Again, it's been a long while since fixed income has led flows this late into the year. And interesting enough, actually, equities overtook fixed income earlier in the month, then that reversed itself over the last 30 days. So, still lots of movement on kind of where investors think, is it a bull on or is it a fixed income place? What investors are actually doing. Looking at it from a peer group standpoint, where was that money going? Good portion of that last month was going to North American equities, but fixed income, corporate high yield still high in there, fixed income broad, fixed income government, then still some Asia Pacific equities was actually have done really well this year. Um, Again, some more of this fixed income strain here. Over the last week, a little bit more varied. American equities, American North fixed income, fairly big numbers. Yesterday, again, a big number going into equities, most of that going into North American equities. From a year to date flow standpoint of what peer group has done the best, it's equities, right behind it, fixed income on the government side, and then fixed income kind of from a broad view. As you can see, these first few here are all fixed income related. So corporate high yield, fixed income broad, fixed income government. Again, fixed income broad down here. A lot of big numbers going into fixed income. Again, why it leads so far on the year. Looking at it from a individual ETF names, where has that been going over the last three or over the last month? As you can see here, the first four here, or five actually, are all let's get back into the market. So the first three are S&P 500 funds, Vanguard's version, iShares version, SPY, the biggest one out there. Then there's an equal weight version from Invesco. There's the top four. But even if you want to include the VTI, total stock market fund, again, investors pushing their dollars into equities. And again, that might be a little bit of a FOMO. You also have to realize over this last 30 days is rebalancing, and that's from the advisor side, that is from 401k side. So a lot of this could just be rebalancing, whereas they were down in their portfolios from a balance weighting standpoint, rebalancing and adding some of these names. That could also just be people want to make sure that they're not missing this kind of equity run that we've had so far this year. Where is it coming from over the last month? As you can see, a lot of these T-bills, Treasury bond, JP Morgan's ultra short income. A lot of these income focused ones are short Treasury focused ones. Although the biggest one was from an ESG fund. Again, I could see that being part of a rebalance there as well coming into July. Looking at it over the last week, again, huge numbers into SPY, VOO, again, S&P 500 type funds. Invesco's QQQ is always a good guide on what people are thinking. When there's heavy flows into that, people are being very aggressive. Again, and when there's flows out of that, people are really kind of taking risk off the table there. Looking at it from a week, but then also, that is just from the flow standpoint. From a performance standpoint, what has actually performed? So this is over the last week or so. Crane global carbon offset strategy, easy for me to say. KSET actually had quite the week last week. Invesco's premium yield equity REIT had quite the week. BWET, which is the cousin of B Dry down here based on shipping, had a fantastic week. And as our old buddy down here, B Dry, it's either at the top on a week to week basis or at the bottom, very volatile. So, there are returns to be had. A lot of these on the year, these crypto funds have done pretty well. These carbon offset funds have been really very volatile as well, much like the be wet and be dry. So it's always interesting to me because flows doesn't always equate to returns. Just because where people are putting money doesn't necessarily mean that's where the returns are going. Now sometimes that can kind of push those things. So it's always kind of an interesting mix to see, okay, what were the returns for the week, and then looking for them over the last month. Again, lots of big numbers here if you look at it from a monthly basis on some of these individual names. The carbon offset is, again, BWED still doing well over the last month. A lot of these blockchain ones also did very well over the last month. So anyway, I hope that's gives you a quick idea of what's going on in the market over the last month or so. If you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, I hope you have a great weekend and a great 4th of July. You have a great